Hello, welcome to day 15/16. I'm putting two vlogs into one, which is actually just one vlog. Yesterday I was really sick, so I didn't make an entry. I was like dying pretty much. I guess I had like one of those 24-hour flu type things, like a bug or something. I was throwing up. I had a huge, like a high temperature. My body ached completely. Like I stayed in one place almost throughout the whole day. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you for those who were praying for me. Thank you for those who had me in their thoughts concerning my illness. But today I did do some literature reading, and yeah, my ghetto hijab today. Hijab, not hijab. Hijab's Pearl Daisy. My hijab. But anyway, I did read something today that I mean, to some people it might not be anything, but for me it was kind of disturbing, just because, you know, I'm a mom of two kids, and as a mother I always want the best for my children, whether it be at the present or even in the future. And I'm just trying to place myself in this situation, but I can't seem to justify this. And this is a sticky topic, so I'm sorry if this does offend somebody, but this is why I need to bring this up, because I don't want to be ignorant to the fact of what I read. If I can get some good clarification, that's awesome. If I don't, that just means that I stay in this mindset. So for those that do get offended, I'm sorry. For those that want to help me and enlighten me, please do. And, you know, I will be greatly appreciated. That being said, I'm going to read the material. It says here, and I got this off the website, thereligionofpeace.com. And it's talking about Muhammad's sex life. And it says here, Muhammad was married to 13 women, including 11 at one time. He regulated them to either consecutive days or, according to some accounts, all in one night. He married a 9-year-old and even adopted his son's wife. On top of that, Muhammad had a multitude of slave girls and concubines with whom he had sex, sometimes on the very days in which they had watched their husbands and fathers die in the hands of his army. Okay. To me, the whole thing was kind of like, I don't even know, like the thing that kind of makes me think like, whoa, this is like in a movie, is like the part where he says, sometimes in the very days in which they watched their husbands and father die at the hands of his army. Like, whoa, this dude, this prophet, this guy went ahead and had sex with the very woman whom just saw her husband die, or the very girl that just saw her dad die, or maybe even both, by the guy who she's having sex. Like, the guy who she's having sex with basically killed her parent or her dad or both. Like, that to me is like, whoa, that's like a movie. That's unreal. And then on top of that, he's having like multitude of slave girls and concubines, which is like, whoa, he's like a back in the day pimp basically. But then the whole sticky situation, which like seriously had me disturbed, was that he married a 9-year-old. Like, okay, this has been written some thousands of years ago. This is probably, or hundreds of years ago. I don't even know, to be quite honest, the date. But what concerns me is this little 9-year-old. Like, I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and to think that my little daughter is gonna be 9 one day, and when she's 9, like, I pass her up to some guy who claims to be a prophet. You know, I don't care if this guy was Jesus. I don't care if this guy was Mohammed. I don't care. I don't care how holy of a man he is. Like, to think my little daughter of 9 years old laying up with an adult grown man who's not only an adult but is experienced. My daughter is a little innocent little child, and I say child because 9, she hasn't even gotten her period, her menstruation cycle yet. Like, that scares me. Like, is there more to this story? Am I taking this out of context? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm pretty sure many Muslims know of this story, but like, is this not disturbing to anybody else? Am I really the only one that's disturbed by this? And am I taking this out of context? If I am, please give me more to this story, because, man, like, I'm just trying to place myself as the mom. Even if the mom wasn't there, I'm just trying to place myself as the little girl's thoughts. Like, what was that little girl thinking? Was she in awe of this guy? Was she like a back in the day type groupie type thing? Or was she scared that night that, you know, they consummated their love, supposedly? Like, I was even crying earlier reading this, because, to be quite honest, it's like, a child of that age is so young, so innocent, so beautiful, and for that child to even have to go through, you know, go through the process, or in that stage of life, to have to go through sex already, or have to go through the act of making love. I don't know. I guess I'm just a parent, and my brain's going 1,000 miles a minute, even thinking about it right now. Like, I got my kids like on lock. Like, if they're outside, I'm outside watching them like a hawk. If there's a stranger talking to them, whoa, they better be talking to me first. Please, someone, please clarify this for me, because as you can see, I'm speechless. As you can see, I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say after that. I'm not here saying this is wrong, this is a horrible religion, this and that, based off of this. But what I'm saying is like, okay, in Christianity, we put Jesus on a pedestal because he did walk his life. Or so we do believe, that he did walk his life as a man who did not sin. You know, he was a sinless man. He lived life without temptation. And, you know, maybe to us, he didn't. Maybe he did have temptation. Of course, there's going to be women throwing themselves at him, but he did not fall into temptation, according to the Bible. But I mean, I'm reading some material here saying, like, for example, saying, it says right here, so by any realistic measure, the creator of the world's sexually restrictive religion was also one of the most sexually indulgent characters in history. Talking about Muhammad, saying that Muhammad had sex with just about anyone he pleased, thanks to Allah's extraordinary interest in his personal life, as immortalized in the Quran. Like, if this is the case, if the Quran is the perfected book, as which I'm being told by some Muslims, that first it was the Torah, then it was the Bible, and now it's the Quran, like, what's the difference between the other prophets, and what makes Muhammad the most favored person to be able to have slaves and concubines and 9-year-old little girls for wives? Like, what went from Jesus and the Apostle Paul and them, you know, being monogamous or not having sex at all, like just not being sexually interactive with anybody, and then here comes Muhammad, the complete opposite, like all about sex, all about this. Like, I don't know. Call me crazy, call me an out of text person, but I am, I say this to everyone whom I talk to, I overanalyze things. I'll take one thing and it could be like this small and it'll end up this big. So in order for this big to turn this small, I really, really, really would appreciate references. I would appreciate, scriptures, proof, evidence, like what's going on. Like, I want to know what's going on. I mean, yeah, I have to think as well that this was back in the day, like things were different, but I mean, for parents out there that have children that are same age as this little girl who married Muhammad, like, can you get on my level? Can you think with me without thinking I'm crazy? But whatever the case is, comments are very much appreciated. Feedback is always welcome, and inbox messages, if you feel you don't want to post comments, inbox messages are greatly welcomed. So I hope to hear from you soon. Again, thank you for those who are praying for me, for my health, for me to get better, and talk to you guys day 17. Have a good one.